All right, welcome back. Sam the Electrician talking about Western independence, Alberta separation. I'm going to kind of continue the same theme as yesterday's video today and talk about the hypocrisy of Ontario, where they purchase oil from the Middle East, from countries with the terrible human rights records and environmental standards that are not even close to Alberta standards. I heard some time ago $300 million a month worth of Saudi oil or Middle Eastern oil gets imported into the east of Canada. Now, they can fool themselves all they want about being green and phasing out fossil fuels, but they all drive cars. 16 million people in Ontario, you're telling me they all have electric cars? No, I've been there. They don't. So the market is there. And what I don't understand is how a country can claim to be a country when the resources are available here, the jobs are available here. We could make a pipeline that goes to the east and employ New Brunswick refinery workers at the Irving Oil Refinery making gas for Canadian cars out of Alberta oil and keep all the money in Canada and not send it to dictatorial regimes with human rights abuse records a mile long. Out here in Alberta, we cannot get our head wrapped around this. That a leader like Trudeau, who says he is for uniting the country, can then turn around and allow that situation to continue. Tanker after tanker of Middle Eastern oil is coming up the St. Lawrence and unloading in New Brunswick, wherever they unload. And why a country wouldn't want to buy its own resources and employ its own people can only mean one thing: that the people in charge and the people who vote for them don't care about the other part of the country, i.e. the West and Alberta. And it's more important to them to go to bed with a self-satisfied, smug sense of greenness that Canada isn't producing this evil fossil fuel that I use in my car every day to get to work, and I take the GO train into Toronto, which is a diesel train as far as I know. It's been a while since I lived out there. Maybe they switched it, but diesel trains take goods all over the country. Every single good that comes from overseas comes in on a tanker or a container ship fueled by bunker oil. There's no electric tanker ships and container ships. So you're fooling yourselves, Ontario, Quebec. You're fooling yourselves that you don't use this stuff and that you don't need it. And why you want to send your money to a foreign country that is laughing at us as you try to shut down your own economy and take the competitiveness out of the market and allow them a bigger market share. The world is laughing at us. What you do have to realize is that this is happening. Just because Trudeau gets on the cover of GQ, and Vanity Fair, and the liberals in the New York Times fawn over him like he's some sort of playboy, that doesn't reflect the reality of the situation. The people who are actually making money out there in the world and our competitors are full on, yeah, you go Canada, you go green, now we can sell more oil to the rest of the world. We're idiots. This country run by Ottawa looks like a bunch of idiots. That's all there is to it. The West doesn't like it and we want out. Why wouldn't you want to be competitive? The market is open. You can fool yourself about being green all you want. It's not true. Look how many cars are on Ontario roads. Look at all the uses that there are for petrochemicals. It's just an unending market that's not going away anytime soon. So why not take advantage of it while it is still a market? It just doesn't make sense to us. And I don't think anyone will ever be able to explain to us the reasons for that. We can't bridge that gap. I don't believe we can. We get a province, mostly even just if you look at the map, you get one city that's all red with all these ridings in it, and Montreal. And those two cities get to decide the fate of the rest of the country because they all have some sort of groupthink thing going on and vote for some Mr. Dress-Up Blackface guy. It's ridiculous. If any conservative had ever been caught wearing blackface, they would have been drummed right out of politics. It would have been a massacre for these people and their personal lives. They would have never even probably worked again because of the outrage culture and the cancel culture. But when Mr. Dress Up does it, it's fine. It's okay, everybody. He's sorry. He apologized. He really didn't mean it. Give me a break. He has no integrity out here in the West. He has no form of honest discourse with us out here. He's so hypocritical. We can't even. I'm getting worked up just talking about it. So again, this is just another one of the divides that I don't think we'll ever be able to get over out here in the West. And tomorrow I'm going to continue this theme and talk about the deep-rooted cultural differences between the East and the West, and the collectivism versus the individualism that's prevalent out here, and the preference of big over small government, from Ontario to Alberta. So anyway, thanks for joining me tonight, and take it easy.